Nightmare difficulty in Alien Isolation is terrifying. You'll find basically no supplies when exploring the world, all of the display elements such as the HUD, map, and motion tracker are broken or gone entirely, and the alien's behavior has been cranked up to 11, allowing it to adapt to your evasion techniques almost perfectly. This experience is the ultimate test of survival, which explains why this difficulty was added as a post-launch DLC. It was truly meant for people who have already mastered the game. So what would happen if someone who had no experience with Alien Isolation decided to do their first ever playthrough on Nightmare difficulty?
Oh my god, how the fuck did it know I was there? Well, let me add it back. I have fucking no idea what to do.
Today, I'll be taking my first ever steps on Sevastopol Station to unlock the Survivor achievement, which only requires beating the game on its hardest difficulty, not its actual hardest difficulty. So, will it be possible to beat Alien Isolation on Nightmare when I don't know the game? Or will my bolted-on lead feet take me to the precipice of madness to prove that people can, in fact, hear you scream in space?
Fuck me, I was looking at the wrong thing. Holy shit, that scared the piss out of me. Almost threw my lungs off the goddamn building is what that almost did.
Before learning the magnitude of my mistake, the game tells me that Nightmare mode is in fact quite hard and that it's guaranteed to unlock my achievement. This was the perfect way to start things out, since now I know my goal is technically possible. And it also gave me time to learn about the first real mechanic in the game.
Use registration points to manually save your progress. They will warn you if enemies are nearby. Oh, you gotta call in your save. Brother, this is a collect call from, let me save, please, I don't want to die. That's what we're gonna be saying here. Well, oh, should I hit no? Well, let's not make that mistake again.
Chapter 1 is when you're supposed to get acclimated to the controls and learn how to use things like the map, which on Nightmare mode doesn't exist. So while most first-time players get to run around Sevastopol like Dora the Explorer with her map, my experience is going to be closer to those psychos that cram themselves into tiny holes in a dark cave. With the only concern in level 1 being my lack of direction, I eventually made it to the mission briefing where Samuels Taylor and I are told to suit up and board the derelict station. Things go awry after we collide with some debris during embarkment, but that doesn't stop us from reaching the start of Chapter 2. With my main objective at this point being to find help, I was gonna get a small taste of the isolation component of Alien Isolation while I explored this literal dumpster fire of a station. While I wandered around, I was keeping note of the amount of loot I was finding, since one of the main modifiers in Nightmare mode is supposed to be significantly reduced resources. But one of the early boxes made me question just that.
Oh my god, there's loot. Scrap and flamethrower fuel. Dude, I thought they said that there wasn't any ammo in this mode. Brother, I don't even have a gun yet and I'm picking up bullets. They're giving this shit away for free.
In reality, almost every single box on this difficulty is empty, and not knowing much about resource conservation is going to be a big problem later on. On top of this, I had sudden onset dyslexia that was causing me to waste resources that I did have.
I don't know, chance. Passcode acquired? I start guessing? Oh no, I just used the fucking flare! Okay, well, we've used our first item. Hell yeah, brother.
I wish I could say this was the least embarrassing thing that happened here, but due to the removal of the map and all forms of quest markers, I ran around this room for literally 15 minutes before discovering that terminals have options for doing more than just lore dumping.
Restore power to departures. We need to go to departures, I assume. Is this open? Nope. This one's blinking. Okay, let's go back out this way. It feels weird that we'd have to backtrack. Am I fucking dumb? We're backtracking. I think that's what we're supposed to do. Apparently, I'm genuinely dumb right now, and I can't find out how to restore power. That's what we're doing right now. We're trying to figure that part out. Oh, brother. I thought that was just a note saying restore power. Like, hey man, you can restore power. I was ready to do it.
I want you to remember that this was the genuine level of knowledge I had while trying to find my way around the station. And once the real danger gets added to the game, I will be battling the compass and the alien at the same time. Like I mentioned before, Chapter 2 is supposed to get you used to moving around the environment and introduce you to hiding techniques, such as getting into a locker at terminal bully avoidance velocity. That's not the only important thing from Chapter 2. I also acquired my first tool, the maintenance jack, which I can use to jack off the locks on all the doors and reach more rooms that I know nothing about. Not only did this open up the map, it led me to meet my first, friendly human on Sevastopol, Axel. He's not too fond of doorjackers though, so I decided to keep that talent to myself so we could team up for a bit. Now here's the thing about Axel. He lives in the walls of the ship, and he does everything in his power to not get seen by the other people. At this point, I don't know if I've aligned myself with the misunderstood good guy or Sevastopol's most wanted, but I do know that it wasn't a problem I needed to worry about for long.
R.I.P. Axel, brother. Take care, man. I'm really sorry that went so poorly for you, but you were clinically insane. This probably is the best outcome for everyone on board, okay? Tough day for Axel.
With Axel turning into a Xenomorph's probiotic, you would probably expect that I would take my time sneaking through this next section, but that is incorrect. I thought that this was supposed to be a sneak peek for the next chapter, and the consequences for that mistake didn't take long to materialize.
This feels like the type of situation where I die, but I feel like it's too early to actually die. Oh shit! Oh my god, I didn't even hit that. It just recorded on its own. Oh shit. Okay, well that's what the alien looks like, I guess.
The alien in this game is smart. And I'm not just saying that because it found me trying to run all the way back to the start of this area on my next attempt. The alien AI has two parts to it. The first is what I call the alien Illuminati, because it knows the location of everything, but it itself isn't the alien. This is the system that feeds hints to the alien to keep it close enough to maintain tension, but also tells it to back off if things are too oppressive, which basically doesn't happen on Nightmare Mode. The second part of the alien's AI is called the animal. This is where the learning actually happens. While receiving hints on your general location, the alien will unlock behaviors such as pulling you out of lockers and ignoring distraction utility if you use the same one too often. So on top of being tethered to you like one of those kids on a leash at the superstore, you're never able to fully settle into a single strategy, because the alien will dynamically pick behaviors based on what's happening in the world. And then it'll make your life end a little sooner than you were expecting. It feels like the alien is constantly watching me here, but with the help from today's sponsor, ExpressVPN, that's a problem I can handle. If you're out of the loop, a VPN is a secure tunnel between your device and the internet. They encrypt 100% of your traffic and hide your real IP address, so your ISP, advertisers, and the wandering eyes of the alien won't be able to see what you're doing. This may not seem like a huge deal, but if you're like me, you sometimes look up embarrassing things from time to time, and the last thing you want to see is targeted ads for something you don't even want to be associated with. ExpressVPN also helps you on the go. If you find yourself using public Wi-Fi from time to time, then your data could be at risk. With ExpressVPN, your connection is wrapped up using best-in-class encryption, making it nearly impossible for anyone to steal your data. I never use public Wi-Fi unless I'm connected to a VPN. It's just not worth the risk. Now, on a less serious note, ExpressVPN also gives you unrestricted access to online movies and shows, since you can move your digital location anywhere in the world. For example, I can't watch Friends on Canadian Netflix, but with ExpressVPN, I can be in South Africa and enjoy the show whenever I want. Any of this interests you, find out how you can get up to 4 extra months by clicking the link in the description box below, or for convenience, you can scan the QR code on screen, or go to expressvpn.com/morgansbasement. Thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, but it's time to get back to surviving alien isolation. The alien will be the biggest problem in the game, but it's not the only problem in the game. There are still humans.
Why is that the solution? Can they see me here? I'm hotboxing the hallway. I'm just running. Fuck him. Oh, dude. What kind of fucking Hawkeye shit was that?
The human enemies in Alien Isolation hit like a truck on Nightmare difficulty, and they come with the added benefit of barely missing. A lot of the time, the correct strategy is to just avoid them, or fully embrace your inner Sam Fisher and sneak past them. But my problem is that I'm a prolific stomper, so anytime I need to stealth, I normally smash my forehead against the wall until something not stealth works. It's a problem, but sometimes it's not.
Alright, I'm fucking running this time when I get over there. Alright? No, it doesn't feel safe, I agree. Your boy over here is causing problems. Oh, he's fucking gone. Well, I'm walking then. right, fuck that guy. I'm running. I'm free. Holy shit. How do I use a med kit?
As a reward for getting past the first real human-based hurdle of the run, the game gifted me with my first weapon, the revolver. But what they didn't tell me when they gave it to me is that this gun isn't really meant for killing, which I demoed the first time I tried to use it.
Hey, bud. Oh my god, there's 2. Well, now there's 0 of me.
Now, before I made that mistake, I got one of the most useful items in the whole game, the motion tracker.
Doesn't this thing not work on nightmare mode? Isn't that what we read? Whoa.
No.
Back the fuck up, buddy.
The motion tracker is basically your lifeline in Alien Isolation. It acts as a compass with this line on the edge, and it shows enemy proximity pretty reliably. But on Nightmare mode, it's like someone dropped it in shallow water and then forgot to leave it in rice overnight. It's kinda useless. By the game's own admission, the tracking has frequent disconnects, and it gives unreliable information regarding enemy locations. The one thing that it does that isn't broken is point me in the general direction of my objective, which is what this square on the side is for. But then it kills me because it lied about where the enemies were.
Can they catch me if I walk? Don't run. Fuck you, brother. Oh my god, there's 2. Oh shit! I don't know where that guy came from, but he got me.
At this point, I've made it through almost 4 chapters of the game, and my understanding of the mechanics is slowly getting better now that I've had the displeasure of getting ambushed by the smartest group of androids on Sevastopol many times. Sneaking past androids was a genuine wake-up call that some missions will require stealth, mainly because I just don't know where to go. But even when I eventually find my way to the objective, there's always another trick up the sleeves of these androids.
I don't know if these robots... Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, brother, what is this? Non-consent! Oh my god. Hey, it's me. I just wanted to let you know that I do stream these runs here on YouTube and on Twitch on Mondays and Thursdays. So if you want to be present for things like Left 4 Dead 2 Expert Realism, which we just finished by the way, you should probably stop in. And if you subscribe, you'll be the first to know when we're doing a lot of cool things. Now let me send you back to the guy who doesn't know how to play Alien Isolation.
When I eventually made it past the very aggressive Working Joes, I arrived at Chapter 5, the Quarantine, which is when the reality of what the alien can do really sets in. The main goal here is to find medical supplies for Taylor while Samuel stays and cares for her. To do this, I have to go to the hospital and help Dr. Coleman get access to the service elevator that leads downstairs. Getting the access to this elevator is when the alien's oppression officially begins.
Oh, we're so fucked. I can't tell if he's looking at me. He doesn't have eyes. But he's got built-in high heels. I'm about to get styled on by a queen. If I was confident, I would go in there and try to use like an alarm. I don't think he can see me. You can't see me, right? Oh, yeah, you can see me. Okay, fuck.
Getting through this first room requires accessing a terminal to get the code for a door, and then by some form of divine intervention, finding the perfect timing to enter it without getting grabbed by the alien. My first successful attempt at getting through the main door involved using one of the side rooms as a staging area, since it had a rewire point that let me start an alarm a few rooms away. This gave me the perfect amount of time to sneak through that main door, but once I got the information that would lead me to the key card, everything just went downhill.
Of course the alien's coming. I hear footsteps. Nope. Okay, we're safe. A26, A29, C11. No shot it knows. Okay, I'll say there's no way, bro. There's no way. I've never hidden a locker. They said you can't outrun it. You can goddamn out-hide it, though. I am going for the save. May not be the smartest decision, but I'm doing it. I see it. Wait, if it's in that room, fuck it. Go this way. Oh, shit! Go, go, go! Oh, we're dead. brother, that is so ass.
Considering I was gonna need to repeatedly get that access code for the first door, I was determined to save so I could eliminate a bunch of replaying where I knew I would inevitably choose a bad hiding spot and get eaten by the alien. Thankfully, I found the time to save after an exceptionally long and patient wait, which made the fact that I died due to not aiming a flare a little more palatable. It might not seem like that save was necessary since I found the key card I was looking for within 2 attempts. But after one of the most hole-puckering moments I'd ever experienced in a video game, I was happy to have it.
This is free. Don't stop now. Oh my god, he's coming in the vents. He fucking knows. This goddamn cheater. He hears me tap dancing down the hallway. What's this? They check under tables. Oh, no fucking way. Go, 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 go. Oh, why is he so slow, bro? Hopefully there was an autosave when I picked up the fucking key card. Oh my god, there wasn't?
This chapter was definitely eye-opening, and it taught me that the alien seems to have a massive weakness when it comes to smell, since I know for a fact I was emitting tier 3 fear gas when there was nothing but a small chair between me and the alien. All of that said, I took the key card back to the doctor at the start of this area just in time to see him get disappeared by the alien version of Delta Squad.
This guy's fucking dead. Is it gonna come out of this vent and just shit on him? Oh, surprisingly, no. See you, buddy.
The doctor may be gone, but I now have access to the medical facility, and with a bit of luck, I should be able to find the trauma kit that's needed to save Taylor's back at the transport hub. The first half of this next chapter is very similar to the last one. The alien is omnipresent, and there isn't a lot of what I like to call valid hiding spots. You see, there are 2 kinds of places to hide. Valid hiding spots are the ones that offer quick entry and exit while also giving good visibility on the alien. These spots are things like ducking behind a desk or hiding behind a table. If a hiding spot isn't valid, we refer to it as an AFDD, which stands for Alien Food Delivery Device. But colloquially, we refer to this as an fuck, don't die. On chapter 6, the most common form of an AFDD is the locker.
Hold breath. I'm holding breath. Back up, bitch. Dude. I tried. I was holding breath. I was holding. It didn't work.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I never survived my time in a locker during this whole playthrough when the alien came sniffing. And to be honest, I can't even tell you why. I still don't understand how it works because I always hit the buttons when it told me to. I got to the point where trying to fight the alien like a space gladiator was the preferable option than hiding in a locker.
Okay, you think a cattle prod in the ass is enough to get this guy moving? Oh shit, that was like I stepped on its fucking tail. It didn't like that. Don't do that again. We've learned that is for sure not a good thing to do. Huh?
By the time I finally made it out of locker hell, I expected there would be a moment to breathe after grabbing the trauma kit. But instead, I now needed to deal with an angry alien and roaming groups of very well-armed humans. Fortunately, I also learned that the alien doesn't discriminate in who it kills.
Of course the alien's coming this way. Don't see me, bro. I know you can, but don't. Dude. Oh, that guy just got rinsed. Oh, thank God. Oh shit, I just added a death. Hold on. That was a mistake. Oh my God, how the fuck did it know I was there? Well, let me add it back. I have fucking no idea what to do.
I may have said I don't know what to do, but I think the fact that I was using Black Ops zombie training strategies on a Joe in the environmental control room before getting grabbed from a ceiling vent by the alien multiple times sums up my inexperience perfectly.
Okay, where are we going now? Don't, brother, I'm leaving. I'm going this way. Wait, that's red. This is the wrong way. Am I going out the door that was closed before? I hear the... Bastard. Nope. Oh, exit through the San Cristobal Medical Reception. And of course, for those who don't know, on Nightmare Mode, you don't have a map. So as long as I've played this game, I've never known a map. So it's fine, I suppose. Oh, dude, that was so close. All right, avoid the vents. There's another one. God damn it, man.
This whole section was an absolute blender, but after dying a few more times, including at least once in an enemyless room that I didn't know how to escape, I made it to the end of chapter 6 feeling like I was finally starting to understand how to survive on this station. This feeling was bolstered by 3 of the easiest chapters in the game. Chapter 7 was a quick trip through Seeks and Synthetics, where I made friends with a robot named Ed, and spent a good amount of time crouch walking around looking for my objective. The only issue was not having the highest tools to explore properly.
Wait, let's go into this. I've got a level 2 scanner. I can break into any door. Never mind, not that one. Well, okay, in that case, let's keep going. Sometimes I overestimate my abilities.
Chapter 8 was just as easy as Chapter 7, except this time I met a friendly group of survivors before finally managing to kill an android with a pistol. Also, important to note, I only knew how to load my guns 1 bullet at a time, which explains why I thought they all sucked. Now, to finish off the easy missions, I ventured into Chapter 9, which was quite literally a walking simulator in the past that gave some information on how this whole alien business really started, which means I didn't die at all, even with the bad decisions that people seem to be making.
Guys, this is a mistake. You see fleshy sacks, and your first thought is, what is that? Let me go look. Someone's getting fucked up here, though. This I know. Oh my god. That looks like a cloaca. You know what I mean? Little colloquial kiss. That girl's dead. Tough day.
I want to be super honest here. At this point, I was feeling very confident that I would beat this game in under 70 deaths. But to be clear, I am not even at a third of what the total deaths are going to be during this playthrough, which is why I want to introduce you to when the game really begins. Mission 10 is when I learned about 2 very important mechanics in Alien Isolation. The first is that some areas of the game are literally full of noxious fumes that will kill you on contact if you don't clear them out first.
Probably I wanted to check this out first, but I didn't want to risk dying. Jesus fucking Christ. Well, that's what I didn't want to happen.
And the second is that the alien slowly builds up a flame immunity the more you toast it, which means turning the alien into a well-done marshmallow was only effective if I used my resources sparingly.
Fuck you, bitch! Okay, I didn't even know the alien was here. We take that, though. Use the flamethrower. You're goddamn right we did. 2 achievements. Back off. Cause the alien to retreat by using the flamethrower. Oh my god, double the dope. Brother! Where were you? Unidentified species. So the alien's close. If he comes in here, I'm burning his ass. Hey, back up, pal! No, what the fuck, bro? It didn't work. I thought that was gonna work, I'm not gonna lie to you.
The alien becoming resistant to your only form of defense is the game's way of telling you to slow your roll before you get your brakes beat off. Now, the one glass half full interpretation of this is, from my point of view, I'm on nightmare mode. I don't get enough flamethrower ammo for this to be a big problem, just an annoying one. At this point, I actually wasn't aware of the alien's ability to overcome its allergy to fire, so it's a miracle that I got through the first part of Chapter 10 only getting a few deaths. With the server farm behind me, my next destination was the science lab, but getting there required going back through that looter-filled lobby that I barely escaped earlier in the game.
I don't know, I also don't know who Ricardo is.
Now that I had my own guns to defend myself, and the enemies already had like 6 kills against me, I attempted to Call of Duty my way through that room for revenge. But as expected, that was a bad idea. Since guns blazing wasn't a perfect strategy, I took the responsible approach and attempted to maintenance jack off the first enemy in secret. But apparently, that was even more egregious than shooting, and the alien let me know about that mistake personally.
He sees me. Uh-oh. No! fuck, bro? Go for the other guy who's shooting bullets.
There was something really important there that you might have missed. This is the current state of my inventory. I have literally 0 items that can be used to distract the alien or get the humans to leave outside of a single flare. This is the real reason every single encounter has been fight or flight. The resource scarcity in Nightmare is so severe that you need to come in with an exact plan for every morsel of metal that you come across. Without having that knowledge, I wasted everything I got at exclusively the wrong times, which is why I had to attempt everything with the wrong strategies first.
Did the alien kill all the people? No. What is this nonsense? What do you even do in this situation? He's just there. If I click this, is he gonna know? Get up. Bro, why would... Pull out your flamethrower, Ripley! There was an attempt, okay?
Learning to get through these encounters without any real way to distract the enemies was a tiresome ordeal. I was basically living through my own version of Edge of Tomorrow. Getting through this single room took a good bit of trial and error, but with a withdrawal from the interest-free flamethrower account, I was able to slip by without being totally detected, and that resulted in me making it to the elevator. The goal at this point in the game is to find a way to trap the alien. At least then you would be free from being hunted and could focus on answering the burning questions that every gamer has.
Does that count as a death?
This next area puts me back on a collision course with the alien. Here, I need to use this new torch tool to get through a few doors and eventually make my way to the reactor that needs to be turned on. 2 important things happened here. The first is that I learned the effectiveness of the Molotov by wasting it on the alien when I really didn't need to. And the second thing that happened here is I seemingly soft-locked my game by assigning the one robot who doesn't understand reactor startup procedures to start up the reactor. Trying to fire him from the job was even more deadly than trying to do literally anything else. A perfect example of something that is less dangerous than firing a Joe is what happened to me after I finally restarted the reactor myself.
Uh-oh. Okay, not bad. Fucking whip a flare at him, stun him, because who the hell would do that on Nightmare mode? Fucking call it a day.
The last part of Chapter 10 was the longest sequence for me. It basically boils down to restoring power to the science lab. This took me about an hour to do, but it wasn't because there was anything super difficult. There was just a whole lot of sneaking around. And for the few times that I did die, I would have to repeat the same 10-minute process every time. When I eventually turned everything on and made it to the airlock that acted as my own personal safe space, I had finally completed Chapter 10 after an excruciating 2.5 hours. Now that the alien is currently aboard the science lab that's being sent into a neighboring gas giant, I completed my mandatory Mission 11 spacefall, hoping the worst was behind me. Of course, in a game named Alien Isolation, I didn't put much stock in the alien being dead by Chapter 11. But with my newly acquired shotgun, I was ready to take on any Xeno-like creature that showed up.
I will shotgun the fuck out of this Joe, okay? Honestly, thought that would kill him. Oh my god, I got an achievement. Why is the fucking door closing? I missed. Holy shit, that's so ass. You want the smoke, brother? Fuck you. Oh my god. Built like an assassin. Remember when I said we had a shotgun with ammo? No longer is that true.
There is something that needs to be said about these next 3 missions that I think only anime watchers can truly appreciate. This is the Alien Isolation filler arc known as Android Apocalypse. Outside of the obvious threats, there is no aliens for the next 3.5 missions. I will exclusively be dealing with the fact that I can't craft a single distraction item while avoiding seemingly endless waves of androids that want to debrain me. Oh, and I'll be dealing with the occasional Second Amendment enjoyer.
Oh! He said quiet! I thought we were on the same team! What the fuck was that? Who's on my team here? The aliens? The robots? The people? I'm getting fucking scammed. Fuck you. God damn it, there's another one. These people are insane. I don't know if I can kill this guy. My aim's not good enough. Oh my god, that was so ass. I'm trying to input. My sensitivity is too slow. Does this guy ever have to reload? No, he doesn't, but I'll tell you what I do. Yeah, I hear this dude coughing. These are two regular dudes. Do they have guns? I pulled the trigger and I still died. All right, I'm gonna shotgun this fucking guy. Fuck you, buddy. You better have a goddamn bullet in that gun. God damn it. That's progress, though.
The bulk of Chapter 11 was spent wandering around aimlessly and paying the ultimate price for wasting ammo with bad aim. The fact that I was, wasting all my resources meant I needed to pick and choose my battles. This often meant sprinting around synthetic Joes and hoping they got a sudden case of T-Rex arms. That was just enough to get me through the rest of Chapter 11. Mission 12 is another android extravaganza, but unlike Chapter 11, it was one of the easiest missions in the game since there's still no alien and I wasn't on the receiving end of a 44 Magnum. My certification as a black belt in roboxing was given to me by the best synth slayer Sevastopol had ever seen, Samuels. So I was extra confident that no form of inorganic malfeasance could be done to me. Now I must have been thinking out loud when I said that, because I seemingly summoned an abnormally large group of Josephs that intended to show me what compliance means. Unfortunately for them, I invented spontaneous combustion and handled all of them.
Oh, dude, how are they not dying? Oh, I'm so fucked. I thought the fire would kill them, to be honest. Can I cleave? Oh, I missed. No. Okay. Fried.
My conquest of the Joes actually gave me a ton of useful resources. Hopefully I don't waste them, but in the meantime, I breezed through the rest of the level until I got to the Squid Game version of Samuel Says.
It's plugged into a wall socket. There was an upturned gurney nearby.
Okay, right here. This is a wall socket. Okay.
Just turn more quickly. Look for the
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There should be a deactivated android.
All right. Open floor panel. Oh, don't look that way. All right, can I just rip this then? That might have been wrong. Fuck, I thought that was the floor panel. It was the other one.
My grade 3 auditory comprehension level may be on full display here, but I had a massive chapter KD ratio. So I took my wins and forgot my losses before heading to the end of the mission. Now, as we all know, the good times don't last forever, but they're definitely gonna continue for one more mission. This chapter can be done in like 10 minutes if you know what you're doing. Now, since I don't know what I'm doing, this level was just a whole lot of running down hallways. And outside of the singular workplace accident that got caused by misusing EMP mines, literally nothing of note happened while I made my way to chapter 14. But this is when things start to shift back to being problematic. At the start of this mission, there was a bunch of cameras that I needed to dodge. In an attempt to return to the foreign roots of stealth, I was captured by an android and sent to Valhalla with 1-day shipping. Getting past this guy was proving to be difficult, and in possibly the stupidest moment so far, I proved why arson is such a dangerous crime.
All right, fuck this guy. I'm not doing this anymore. Hey, buddy, get the fuck out here. Eat a Molotov, pal. Oh my god.
Now, to be fair, I may have strayed from the stealthy path in a bout of frustration, but this game has so much crouch walking when going from A to B that every once in a while, I just want to use my alt and do some damage. There are a lot of different reasons to try your luck in combat against a Joe, but the most dangerous one of all of them is that you found a new weapon that you don't know how to use.
What the fuck is this? Oh my god, is this a cannon? The bolt gun. I want to use this thing. Can I? Please tell me you die in one hit, bro. Oh, dude, it's a charge. No. You know, they really should include an instruction manual. Fuck.
Not only was I getting new weapons that I didn't know how to use, I was also about to meet the final evolution of the androids. Let me introduce you to the Raincoat Joes.
Is this guy coming for me? All right. Wait, why didn't he die? I've been betrayed.
Spotting a Raincoat Joe in the wild seems tricky at first, but the key is to just look really hard for the raincoat. Oh, There he is. These android variants are unbelievably strong. And with the only difference being the clothes, I assume that must make them bulletproof. And maybe idiot-proof.
Hey, fellas, catch! Fuck, I don't know, I was gonna kill myself, but I decided not to. God damn it. Huh. Hey, pal. Bro, am I fighting a fucking T-10,000? What is going on? Oh, I'm so fucked. I think I might need to use the bolt thrower. That might have been why they gave it to me. You know what I'm thinking? Bro, with this thing, I'm like Anton Chigurh, okay? From fucking No Country for Old Men. I'm showing up and I'm fucking gadat. All right, let me do my best impression here. Call it. Yeah, if you're gonna gurgle on these nuts, baby. Demon!
Now that I knew how to use the bolt gun, I started collecting Raincoat Joes like they were Pokemon for a Pokedex. But little did I know, this is where the good times end, because it was now time to reintroduce the alien.
Oh no. Oh no. That's what I said. Well, at least I get a flamethrower. 5K. Bro, you're getting 525 flamethrower ammo? We all know what's gonna happen here, okay?
This is the Hive. The goal here is to blow this place sky high, but with multiple aliens hunting you and the introduction of the facehugger, who's a lot quicker than you might think, that isn't going to be an easy task. In order to destroy this place, I need to overload 2 different reactors, which normally isn't a problem, I imagine, but on Nightmare mode, it is literally raining aliens in here, so any random movement could mean death. With no familiarity in this level, I was taking it slow. And every time I fought for an inch of progress, I would save to reduce the amount I had to replay when I inevitably died. But this had its own potential problems.
Safe, fuck him. Safe. No one needs to know. Oh, I think I'm dead. Wait a minute. If I save here, am I soft locked? Maybe. Scammed, brother. Nice try, pal. We're in. Disengage the locking mechanism. Fuck, how? No power. Brother, why do I gotta turn on a switch to turn on a switch to turn on a switch to disengage a switch? What is going on here?
Despite being confused, I managed to get the power turned on without causing another death. And when that was done, I just needed to overload the second reactor before trying to find my way out of the hive.
She made it sound like I should be running. That feels like a mistake, though. I don't know. I also don't know which way to go. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that was more for theme. Which got... Uh-oh. I think I'm out of flamethrower ammo. I am. Okay, Molotov it is. Hopefully we don't find another facehugger. Oh, oh my god, that sounded like a whip. Little Indy Jones action here. All right, fuck him. Here I go. Which way am I going, though? I lied. I don't actually know. Oh, I thought I had a flamethrower out. Or a molly. Why do I have a revolver? Okay, we're just gonna slowly leave. Hey, pal. Out of here. Huh? Oh! Hallelujah. Take me home.
With the ceremonial purging of the nest not being 100% effective, there was now multiple aliens aboard the station, which was gonna make my job as chief survivalist even harder.
Access tuner isn't powerful enough.
Brother, do I need to go find an upgrade somewhere? Oh, please tell me it's this. I'm in. I'm a hacker. He knows, brother. I was coming for that cryptocurrency. But he thought he was in... Oh, you are such a bitch.
That being said, there was basically no pain points in chapter 15, unless you count that part where I stood still and basically failed a QTE event with Taylor's.
My bad. Thought it was a her thing. Turns out it was a me thing.
This good luck extended throughout most of chapter 16 too. The first of 2 hurdles here was trying to figure out how to contact the Taurans so I could ask for an immediate evac. I'm not gonna lie, it took me about 35 minutes to figure out that I needed to engage in a bit of totally not sus docking to get the hell out of here. Now, while trying to figure out how to do that, I ran into the second hurdle, the stairway to heaven. They call it that because the end of the stairwell takes you straight to heaven.
Okay. Fuck it. If I got a gun out, I got a gun out here. Oh no! Dimitri, where'd you come from? Okay, we just need to be quiet next time.
Sneaking past the enemies that are dressed up as riot guards wasn't exactly a simple task when you factor in the alien that's on your ass like a regrettable tattoo. Fortunately, once I broke the stairwell stalemate, I was able to mosey on over to the exit and finish up chapter 16. And now it's time for the main course. Since mission 17 is the hardest level in the entire game, and it's not even close. This level is a constant chase with the alien, which you might not think is the case since the first room has you face off with Tank Abbott in a bulletproof vest. Within 2 minutes of entering the room for the first time, I put a slug in the local PD, and the alien was out of the vent and on top of me in under 20 seconds. I could tell immediately that this room was some sort of messed up puzzle. To give myself a bit of room to figure things out, I tossed a flare in the corner so Paul Blart would go blind staring at it. When he finished up and started stumbling around the room looking for Visine, I took the opportunity to burn a hole through the maintenance door to grab a keypad code. I was able to use this to enter a door on the side of the room and restart the power. While I was doing that, the guard was getting eaten by the alien in the main hall. To avoid the same fate, I used a noisemaker to lure the alien into a corner so I could sneak by and enter the primary office unscathed.
It's like a 6-hour movie, I've heard. Oh, I didn't even see it, bro. Talk about getting muffed right at the finish line there. Okay, we need to hammer that thing, okay? I saw the boxes move and I was like, oh, it's nothing. Yeah, bitch. Wait, what?
So, I learned something very valuable about facehuggers here, and it's that you can't hit them with the maintenance jack if you're crouching. I was trying to kill this thing without bullets because of the big alien in the other room, and until I realized what was happening, I got facehugged more than I would like to admit.
Bro, I'm fucking selling. I'm gonna do it one more time, and then I'm gonna shoot this fucking thing. Okay, you can't even kill this thing. That's not even possible. My guy just like goes in for a stomp and then dies. Wait, is it because I'm crouched? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe that's it. I'm not putting my full heft into my swing. Yeah, bitch. Okay. First try.
Once I managed to get a bit of breathing room, I used some of the crafting resources from this office to make another noisemaker, and then I threw it across the room to keep the alien distracted while I took the tram out of here. Keep in mind that all of this was just the first room of the chapter, and when I got off the tram, there was another alien waiting for my arrival. This is when I started making mistakes that I didn't know were mistakes. You see, I told you earlier that this chapter is a constant chase with the alien. And that's true, I wasn't lying about it. But what that means, more than ever before, is you need to use your resources sparingly. Not every encounter on this chapter requires a large number of distraction items to get past the alien. With some great positioning and perfect line of sighting, you can do this only using a handful of crafted utilities. If I had played this game before, I would know what situations had an avoidable alien encounter and which ones required a bit of elbow grease and a whole lot of flamethrower ammo. But since I didn't have that knowledge, I had no idea I was about to walk into a guaranteed alien fight with no way to defend myself.
I just realized I don't have a flamethrower. Fuck. I don't know how to do this. If he's just gonna come into this room. I don't have anything. I guess I'm gonna trigger him, and then I'm gonna come over here. Oh. Do I need to race him to a door? I don't know what to do. That door doesn't look open. Fuck it, I'm gonna just try. I gotta try once. I need to know. Oh, you gotta use the lever. Wait, you have time. I think I know how to do this.
Now that there was a lie. I had no idea how to get through this. And pulling the lever before the alien got out of its animation was not a viable option. I somehow had to get through this encounter with one EMP mine and either a flashbang or a smoke bomb, since that's literally all I could craft. And I decided to try the smoke bomb first.
I don't know if this actually does anything to hide anything. Just so we're clear. Okay, that didn't do shit. This is a very interesting predicament to be in. So if I trigger this guy, is there nowhere to hide in here? This feels a little soft blocky here. I'm a little scared. Wait, I can hide in this. We have never once survived in a locker. Oh, That was an accident. Oh my God.
I was convinced that the locker was going to be my saving grace here. But as I mentioned earlier, I never once survived this. So it was out of pure desperation that I gave it a few tries now. And as expected, it didn't work.
Hold down at left stick. Brother, the moment I hit it, I died.
With the situation feeling unwinnable, I pulled the ripcord on what I hoped was my parachute. My previous save contained a single noisemaker, and I thought I could throw it into the hallway to pull the alien out of that room, which didn't really work the first time, but now I had options.
I have an idea. No one's gonna like it, but I have an idea. This was a mistake. I thought he was gonna be a lot faster than this. That's progress until I do this and it says I gotta restart the generator, whatever dumb shit that said. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, that scared the shit out of me. Oh.
So this was the second problem. Once I got past the alien and pulled the lever, I needed to go all the way back down the hallway to restart a generator. And then I had to come all the way back to this door and get through it. I was lucky enough to save after successfully pulling that lever, but I didn't have a whole lot of confidence since I was down to a single EMP mine to complete the rest of this section. Getting into the hallway was a battle in and of itself, but with the help of my EMP mine, I made my way down the hallway and into the generator room where I was forced to hide behind a table until some act of God let me make my move.
Dude, I'm playing Ring Around the Rosie right now with a goddamn alien. I don't even have anything to throw. We literally have 0 resources. We'll give it a second. When he leaves, I'll get out there. I didn't know they could do that!
This section took a tremendous amount of patience and an even larger amount of luck due to the inherent trial and error that comes with no resources. But after over an hour, I managed to finally get through the door and escape the alien.
Get in the fucking hole! I don't think I'm safe. Oh no, I'm not safe! Fuck!
If you don't count the fact that I was spoiling the stream for my girlfriend with my very manly hollering, or that I forgot to increment the death counter on that last mistake, this section went as well as it could have considering the situation. This meant I was finished with chapter 17, and it was finally time to tackle the last real mission in the game. Since the goal here is to escape Sevastopol for good, I will admit I was rushing a little more than I should have, and it might have caused some deaths. But when you have movement like I do, there is cause to fly by the seat of your pants.
Whew. Bit of a dodge there. Almost got me. Bit of a haircut, but I'm alive.
Because of my natural inclination to move, I tend to struggle a bit with aiming when the game puts me into cramped spaces like a vent, which is definitely an excuse, but it's the only one you're going to get as to why I died to face huggers 9 times in the vents right before the end of the game.
Oh my God, I missed. I died. What? Did it just spit on me and kill me? Man, if this is mouse and keyboard, I can fucking lace these guys. Oh my God, I deserve to die there. I deserve to die because I'm so shit. Okay, 140. No more death. I'm out of bullets and I'm dead, bro.
Now, as much as I would love to stay and kill every Xeno on Sevastopol, once I got past the face-hugging army and hit a few buttons to help with docking, my first journey in Alien Isolation was finally coming to an end.
Yeah, I hit the button. Don't kill me. So I survived. Achievement! Complete the game on the hardest difficulty setting. The real hardest difficulty setting. The DLC difficulty. That's it, I guess. We're fucking dead? What an ending.
So, how was Alien Isolation on Nightmare mode for a first-time playthrough? It was very long and very slow. I say you should probably play this game on an easier difficulty if you've decided you want to give this one a go for yourself. But overall, I had a good time. If you want to see the full run, you can head over to Morgan's Lounge, since I've started posting all the unedited versions of these playthroughs over there. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one.